The gap theory, or ruin reconstruction theory, arose with the dawn of modern science as an attempt to reconcile the geological age of the cosmos with the Genesis account of creation. Traceable to 19th-century Scottish theologian Thomas Chalmers and the 20th-century Scofield Reference Bible, the gap theory suggests there was a vast geological age of ruin between the first two verses of Genesis. Despite persistent popularity, three concerns continue to haunt the theory. First, this geological gap seems wholly driven by scientific discovery rather than scriptural discernment. Million-year-old fossils discovered by paleontologists are supposed to be the remains of plants and animals destroyed in a flood that happened before Adam lived, probably referred to as Lucifer's flood. This ruin of the earth was God's judgment of the devil and the demons. As the argument goes, the destruction happened somewhere between the events reported in Genesis 1, verse 1, and Genesis 1, verse 2, and this destruction was then followed by a 7-day reconstruction period that is recounted beginning with Genesis 1, verse 3. Furthermore, this gap seems wholly made up. There is no mention of a gap in either the immediate context or anywhere else in Scripture. As such, it is a makeshift improvisation designed to resolve a perceived conflict between science and Scripture. Science seems to demonstrate that physical evil preceded Adam, and Scripture documents that physical and personal evil stem from Adam's fall. Finally, there is the matter of a text taken out of context and turning it into a pretext, a false premise. A classic example is found in the notes of the Scofield Reference Bible. The initial pretext is that create and made have distinctively different meanings. Create, bara, meaning to make out of nothing, and made, asa, meaning to remake or reconstruct something previously created. Thus, the notion arose that the earth was created in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, made void, waste, and empty by judgment between Genesis 1, verse 1 and Genesis 1, verse 2, and reconstructed thereafter. Scripture, however, uses the word create and made interchangeably. The single example of Genesis 1, verses 26 through 27, is sufficient evidence. Here God says, "Let us make man in our image." Let us make asa, man, in our image. So God created bara, man in his own image. A little digging uncovers a host of similar pretexts used to support a geological gap that is, well, ad hoc. Suffice it to say, the Bible does not provide a chronology of creation. More important to God's people, however, Scripture's creation account does provide an order of creation, a hierarchy culminating in the crowning jewel of creation, humankind. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. Genesis 1, verses 1 through 3.